to have, and it really just limits down the options. Now they get the Claude as expected. Let's see what they pair it up with, knowing that they have to deal with the Lapu Lapu. They expect them.
Oh,
they go Lolita this time round.
I think this is really smart coming from SRG here. Like, Lolita has only been picked once and it's won the game, and I believe this was actually in the hands of SRG as well. So for him to bring the Lolita to deal with the Natan's entropy is so smart, but again, it seems like it's a very small window to pull it off, though.
I mean, it's not only that. It's not the only projectile. The Soul Bloom as well, the Circling Eagle. You can block those projectiles alongside it. And I think at least it gives SRG an opportunity to disengage from bad fights.
Yeah, and when you have a Matilda lineup to go up against, it's always about tempo breakers, right? How do you stop a Matilda bringing her entire squad right into your face from half across the screen? Lolita, Baraz, Yuzhong, they all have the same property. So RSGNY, they go for the Nana as a means to deal with that Lolita in a certain way because you don't really care about the bulwark. But the Natan is going to be the linchpin in that late game, and that's where Yums will come in hot and be that man to stop this Natan.
Well, this is going to be an interesting match coming from both SRG and RSG for the opening match here, day number 3 here. To start things off, who is going to be the ones to take the lead and who is going to be the ones to take the fall? Because after seeing this draft here, both have very, very individualistic win conditions in order for them to execute the plans. In this case, one looking to shut down on the Natan and the other looking to shut down on towards Innocent. This is going to be a battle of wits here. I'm excited to see what's happening.
I'm excited too. Both teams have very straightforward plans, right? These two Turtles Lords are going to be a very exciting watch for everybody out there. Welcome as we make our way into the land of Dawn for our debut match here on day number 3 of the MPL MY playoffs. It's going to be SR. So that's what I'm expecting to see. Who out of these 3 lanes is going to win?
Yeah, and they both have very contrasting ways of wanting to play the game, right? It's the unstoppable force against the immovable object. The problem is one of them has to budge at the end of the game, and I just like SRG going for the mid lane priority. Yes, sure, I'm going up against the Nana Matilda, but I have a Lolita with me. I'm going to win the trade.
Yep, speaking of trades here, you see that there is a little bit of a harassment coming from SRG, and I feel like the win condition that SRG needs to wait is to play around you, setting up those big Numenon blasts, as well as the Guardian's Barrier to actually block off Natan if when necessary comes. But early game, it feels like they just need to get up the levels first because they shouldn't be playing aggressive, even though technically, quote-unquote, we have this Barats who needs to be aggressive, but again, they need to wait at least until past the 2-minute mark if they want to decide to invade. But as soon as I say that, they are going to make an attempt right now.
I mean, Sukai is going for his level 4. Once he gets it, there will be Daytona's walk-up, and he will get it instantly. Go for the global out of a no-go. He's going to be fed into the wall. First blood coming right up, surf hot for SRG.
That was a hot invade. That was so hot. Sakai's new for a fact. If he just out-retrieves Vinogo there, he hits level 4, guarantees first blood. They had a man advantage. They have priority. Everything just set up so perfectly.
You know, it's interesting to see that people was like I just mentioned it, right? Like before 2 minutes here, invading jungles, you're going to take more damage. But I was very surprised that RSGNY is not utilizing that to actually punish this, and they allow Skies to just walk away with a freebie. And with this kill, it is going to be a repeat of just fighting between level versus levels.
They're so smart! They're denying Ripple level 4 at the same time. Barat has nothing to do. Ripple is out of this fight, and this turtle guaranteed to follow into the hands of SRG. This is why I love watching this team, man.
Yeah, again, no turtle contest. This is a free one. And now that we have some time, I just want to just allow me to expand a little bit. We talk about the stat check prior to the 2-minute mark, right, where you take extra damage in enemy jungle. But if you have the Lolita passive with you, it denies some of the trades that RSGNY can do to SRG. And now with the first turtle in the hand, they are off to a great start.
You know, now they mentioned it as well here. I was talking about whether or not SRG, are they going to be able to play an Enchanter style, but knowing that Yums is known to be the aggressor, right? But technically Lolita is half Enchanter, half an aggressive tank to open up bushes. So in this case, I think it is pretty good.
Well, that's a half enchant. You can say Lolita's a tank, man.
Yeah, it's passive pretty good. He's got a lot of shields.
Wow, that passive really made the difference there. Not because he's got a shield.
Pretty low bar to clear. Vinogo shows up mid, but I mean, Surkgeist is a full level ahead.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness.
The dodge from Vinogo. And across guiding wind to escort him out, but good attempt from SRG.
Hey, so guys, he's getting a little sloppy here. He's got to aim for walls. He trusted Yums would let go of it, and Yums was like, oh, sorry, what?
It was a little bit of a close call there coming from SRG, but at the same time, with that major ultimate being on cooldown here and also a pretty long turtle, this gives RSGMY a little bit of space, but I don't think they're gonna let it through as Sky's now looking to try and invade even more to shut down Vinogo's level.
Oh!
Top side, here comes the gank.
And Lolio able to get away. BMI does not have to use the Purify. Best case scenario, but Sukai is not wanting to let him go. Lolio is going to Purify right now. You got to get something out of it.
They proxy this way for sure, right? They proxy this. They can actually take this fight. They have a 3-man advantage at this point.
Well, they've got 4 men as well. Divergent being used to kind of rotate down on towards the top side. Meanwhile, bottom lane, I think they're going to try and make a attempt onto his Cram. And again, look at him. He's just taunting. He knows RSGMY is trying to salvage the fight.
Yeah, after what KG did to Cram yesterday, he is so much more aware. And this time he makes sure he's not going to go down. Vinogo and Loliao teaming up. But Yums, he's just going to reflect all of Loliao's auto attacks. Stolen following up with the circling Eagle, but nothing RSGMY can reliably do. And that might open up this turtle. They have 2 men in the bush. Yums flickers away. The Molina Blitz completely misses.
Well, at the same time now, Divergent being used in. They are going to try and commit to this fight.
Ripple has to use the Raging Slash, the bravest fighter, just as a means of deterrence. But in the end, the timing was not there, so SRG gets a free turtle. Second one of the game.
Wow, this is so smart coming for SRG, right? Like, they forced RSGMY in a very awkward position before they actually start the fight. Lolios was forced to pop the entropy because, and the moment he dropped it, Yums just opens the shield. Absolutely no damage from the fight, and they had to wait for Lolios to have the ultimate back on. But by the time that happens, they pretty much lost control of the turtle, and now he is forced to do a lane swap down bottom to try and get some sort of farm. Repo as well, and it seems like RSGMY, they are trying to find bits and pieces of crumbs across the map, but it seems like it's very difficult to do so considering how oppressive SRG is.
I mean, worse yet, the fact is that RSGMY recognized they don't have damage without having some big ultimates, or at the very least Loliel's. Oh, Vinogo, he is really far out. He needs some help. He's waiting for some help. Storm, save him!
I don't think he's getting out of this. There's guiding wind, but Vinogo just took too much damage, and Storm might end up going down trying to save his teammate. Circling Eagle, repositions insufficient. Our SRG finding 2.
My goodness, what a catch coming for Selangor Red Giants here, realizing that they were too far apart and they have the CCs to stop everyone from RSGMY. They need to bait the Purifies in, but in this case, knowing that Vinogo doesn't have Purify and Chain stunning his way through, there's no way he's getting out with the gliding wind at all.
The gliding wind? You mean the guiding winds?
The guiding wind.
I'll do one better. Guiding light.
Oh!
That was a guiding light. Almost.
Definitely. Almost a North Star moment for sure. But I think that RSGMY have now recognized that, like, at the very least, we need Lolios to scale up, right? Stoem, at this point, it's difficult for him to actually force a play with none of his laners winning out hard enough. And for the most part of it, the mid lane, I think that Stormy has done a phenomenal job against Izanami with the help of Yums, just to make sure that he has full control over this mid lane. That's why a lot of these invades are so successful.
Yeah, thankfully Izanami actually got his purple buff and that divergence play to the top side. Lolio and Storm becoming the victim. The flicker committed. Even Numenon Blast used Innocent still wants a bit more on the Storm. Can't get any battle spells out of them.
My goodness, the pressure is so much coming from SRG. Every single time RSGMY, they think they have some space, they get completely dived on. This Divergent play when Stormy is just so on point, and now Turtle in the hands of SRG.
Izanami has a guiding wind. Yep, gotta take it. Without that shield, he's definitely gonna lose his passive. But even then, SRG, they have assumed control over this mid side, right? If Izanami is not there, wave clear is going to be quite an issue. Even so, SRG putting pressure in RSG jungle.
Yeah, I mean, they don't miss a beat here. They notice that RSG is giving up space. They take the space and recognize that they can cut them off from that tier 2. They're absolutely going to do it, right? It's you pick tier 2 or this mid tier 1. Your choice.
Man, why is Innocent alone? Answer is that confident that they have so much space to work with.
I mean, to be fair, he still has his BMI, and he also has his Purify as well. He's looking to get that Corrosion Scythe real soon. He's 1.8k ahead of Loliel's as of right now. They're equal in terms of items. Oh, this could be bad. Wait.
Oh no, this is bad.
Entropy. Lipo finds the back line. There is the Raging Slash. Knock up from Circling Eagle. All the damage shown now, but it really felt like it's a massage for SRG.
could have been a lot worse there, to be fair. Vinogo even committing his retribution at that point. And Cram already knows that the only other buff that he can walk to is the purple.
Yeah, seeing how this is actually happening as well, it feels like RGMY, they're trying every attempt to kind of find space across the map. It's just very difficult to do so, and even now, you can see Vinogo is like 2 levels behind Skies. It's so difficult. Now Retribrado comes in as well. He is going to lose that, and Skies going to continue to annoy Vinogo as much as he can, but the Numenon Blast to start things off.
Catches Storm on the edge, but no follow-up. SRG, again, it's all about deterring RSGMY for the space.
So difficult.
It's not like it's hyper difficult, but I think that, you know, RSG, they've lost a lot of the mid game. Oh god.
Oh, they're about to lose Vinogo at this point. Entropy again, use Storm, has to use the Purify, and Cram finds the back.
No way.
Oh!
Vinogo gets out the sliver of health. And SRG, they're not going to fully commit, right? Divergent is Lord time.
That's nice. That is a nice escape for RSGMY. It's still a bad situation that they're in. I'm not going to deny that, right? You can't call it a burning house situation if the house ain't burning. And I think with that 5.8k, about to be like 6, I would argue by the end of this Lord push, probably going to be leaning more towards 8 to 9k. But man, RSGMY, without any tempo breakers, I think they're trying to set up a situation where Izanami can get a crazy Molina Blitz and then Lolios cleans up. If not, I don't see it happening.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, Vinogo should not have survived there because SRG technically could have just ended these things, but they were prioritizing on Lord attempt and they didn't really want a full commit, knowing that RGMI may hard commit as well. So they were just waiting for a response, and because of that, it allowed Vinogo a small way to just get out. But as soon as I say that, they take the Lord, and now they are going to try and continue the suppression. Lolios, he might be in trouble.
They had the Entropy out. Again, keeps his Purify. We talk about the comparison of Unstoppable Force and Immovable Object, but it seems like the Immovable Object itself becomes the Unstoppable Force all in one. SRG taking out the top tier 2. Bottom lane will be escorted by the Lord itself, looking to destroy all outer layer defenses of RSG.
The fans, they know that this is going to be a pretty intense siege here. You can hear them getting more and more excited as they slowly creep up on these inhibitors. And I think this is where the big problem is for RSGMY. They're depending on Lolios and Izanami to break the siege, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah, Black Dragon Form just to make sure that they get the inhibitor. The Numenon Blast connecting only onto Vinogo as Ripple finds the back with his ultimate. The bravest fighter forced to retreat, and Innocent just dashes in with that ultimate. This man already coming online in the very first game to get a triple kill at SRG, looking to close it out strong in under 11 minutes. RSG and Y having their base raided and the crystal taken. SRG first blood.
What a convincing match right from the get-go. SRG just showed dominance, nerf or not, but what I do know is the Ultras' support just giving them the extra buff to take this to the next level. RSG just stood no chance.